What's up, my guy?
What's up, Buttercup?
So,
Can I tell you a
what do
story?
okay, tell me one.
So, hence that pertains to the topic, right? When I say when I turned 18 years old, 18 or 19, which is what the average age that somebody, one of kids get kicked out of the house, possibly, right?
Mhm.
Traditionally, you're supposed to be out of the house. So probably would have 50, I think 50% of my friends had that happen to them. Their parents kicked them out, or their grandma kicked them out, or they were just out because they were like, I'm
Mhm.
tired, I'm grown now, I'm 18, which I don't agree with, by the way. But they're like, I'm grown, I graduated high school, I'm going to college, I need to be on my own. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Off on my own like Bobby Brown. I mean, I'm sorry. I'll be sure. Cut that out.
Yeah, that's the jam.
Yep. I'll be sure. Anyway, so I had a friend, let's put out there, his name is Chris, right?
Mhm.
And he moved to Arizona or something to go to school.
Okay.
It was exciting for us because it was like, man, this is one of the first guys from the crew who actually moved not only away but
Away.
on his own. You know what I'm saying? Because we knew his sister, his mom. We was all we were all friends, so we didn't know each other's people. So it's like I remember I think we went over to the house for some reason, and his mom was like, "Chris is on the phone. He wants to talk to y'all." I said, oh, "Okay, cool." And so we're talking to Chris, and Chris is telling us like, "Man, it's weird to be an adult.
Mm.
I gotta, buy my own books. I had to get a job, part-time job, because he's going to school out there. I had to, do this, and that. I had to buy my own toilet paper. You know what I mean? And that
Yeah.
kind of like hit me because I'm like, man, like I've been living at home this whole time. I didn't have to buy none of that. Like if I had a job or got any kind of money, I didn't have to buy toilet paper. I didn't have to buy
Mhm.
food.
Right. Right.
Like he's living off of top, like literally ramen and Coke and like water from the faucet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was weird to hear, and it's like kind of surreal, and kind of hit me like, dang, like one day that's going to be me. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And it's like it was kind of scary because
Yeah.
now like you have to like budget, get a job, get insurance. Because I got asthma, so how much am I gonna? I'm still on my parents' like insurance until I'm 25. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm good there. Like, oh, I got to buy toilet paper. Man, I got to buy
Yeah.
dishes, silverware. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get an apartment, pay rent. You know what I'm saying? So that was like a shock, um, and kind of like an anxiety during that time. But you eventually do it and you get used to it. But that's my introduction to adulting through my man Chris. You know what I'm
He was
saying?
the first one
Yep.
in the
When he
crew.
said toilet paper, I didn't even like.
You're
I
like,
can't
what?
even. Yeah, like toilet. You gotta pay on toilet paper. What? I'm like, hey, that is real. That's real because your mom ain't there. Your parents
Yeah.
ain't there no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
buy
Like,
all the toilet paper, and you ain't got to worry about nothing. You don't worry about nothing until you get up
yeah.
on your own.
Right. And I think that is a very good like segue into what adulting really is, like you're responsible.
You know what I'm saying?
Nobody else is taking care of you
Mm-hmm.
anymore, you
Yep.
know? Like it's all on you.
It's all on you.
And I was listening to this podcast, Amanda Seals, Small Doses, love it. She made a good point of the difference between adulting and like being grown and like
Okay.
mature, like do you see that there's a difference there? Like I never really thought of it that way.
Well, what's the thought?
Like, adulting is more so just doing things to survive in this life versus when you're mature, it's how you, I guess, approach life and growth. Like I think that's probably more of what I'm interested in exploring today
Like
is
like
like
adulting is more like you have to. And then maturing is like you don't have to mature, because adulting, like you have to pay bills, like you have to pay the rent or you get kicked out. The
Right.
immaturity part of that would probably be not paying the rent, or not being, or buying something that you can't afford, or you buy it on credit and you still can't, you
Yeah.
don't have a job kind of thing. There's maturity and immaturity
Yes,
and
exactly.
adulting.
Exactly.
So I don't even think they're in the
Like, are
same.
they the same? Like, that's what
Like
I'm
it's
trying
like a
to.
cause and effect. You know what I'm saying? If you act mature and you're adulting, you're not gonna succeed in being an adult. You're
Right.
still like a kid. You know what I mean? Even if you pay bills, even if you have kids, even if you pay rent, like it's the way you do it. The way you
Right.
could do it is either you could do it maturely or immaturely.
Yeah, like not paying your bills, having bill collectors, or being,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that would be the difference. Like, adulting, like you said, is, doing, like, having to do it, the basics, the bare minimum, but maybe maturity is seeking and learning and learning different ways of being an adult,
Yeah. Because I'll
and
give
how to.
example. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. I was just saying, just being an efficient,
Yeah. Oh,
grown
I love
person.
that. Yeah. Example. Like I had a friend who he had his own apartment by himself, but couldn't hold down a job, right? And all
Okay.
his furniture was rented. Remember rent to own, all that shit.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
don't pay on your couch, they come and get the couch,
A
right?
repo.
Repo, right? So one time he is, knock at the door. They're like,
Shut
it's
up.
swear to God, rent to own, right? And he was in the apartment, but he was like, yo, act like I'm not here, right? So we answered the door and they were like, can Yaya, is Yaya here? I said, oh no, he's not here. He won't be here till like 8 because he's working. I said, okay, well, you're supposed to pick up okay, well, he's not here, so can you come back tomorrow? And they're like, yeah. Like he kept dodging the rent to own people,
Right,
so he won't
right.
come get the couch. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah,
acting immaturely. But he's young. We're all in our 20s. He's young. You know what I'm saying? He want that leather couch.
yeah.
Right?
You gotta have it looking fly for the honeys,
Yeah.
I guess.
Fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what we was doing. But to me, that's immature.
Right,
Adulting,
right,
immaturely.
right. Yeah. Like, but I mean, he needed those
I
things,
know, but he didn't have to get the leather one.
No,
He could have
that's
got the
true.
regular, you know what I
He
mean?
could have
Like,
been with it, and I think that's being grown and mature, is be living within your means, you
there you
know?
go. He could have also went to IKEA, got a second hand, you know what I'm saying? Put that shit
Right.
together, boom, boom. Or could have got like a futon one that folds out. You know what I'm saying? Those are not too expensive, like $100, you know what I'm saying? Yours, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but
Mm-hmm.
he wanted the he wanted the leather couch. So
Yeah.
I will never forget that, man. Like we did that more than one time. It was hilarious.
Were the like rent to own guys? Were they like
No, no, no,
bulky?
no.
Like,
It's like,
did they look like? Were they
clipboard,
like trying to
t-shirt, white
test you?
dude. No, no,
Really? So they were
nothing
like,
like
okay,
that.
we'll be back tomorrow. We'll come
Yeah, yeah.
again.
Because
We'll
it's like,
try.
yeah, it's like you're here, you didn't pay, we're coming to get the couch. Regular white dude, you know what I'm saying? No thug, no goon, no nothing like that, no crazy stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think the term being a child at heart is like, I don't know. Do you think we should be like children still, like at heart and all that stuff? Like, what does that like mean to you?
To me, that means like you're older than 23, 25, and you're you still know how to have fun. I think, I met a few people who are, 30, 40, 50 years old and just kind of boring, just kind of like straightforward, had no kind of personality. I think people who have, who are, have a child heart, are just
Or
more
being like
funner.
innocent, you know what I mean?
No,
Like being
I don't see it like that. I feel like you're like, you still know how to have fun. Like you're playing soccer with the kids, playing basketball, you know what I'm saying, with the old people, you know what I'm saying, you throwing the frisbee, you know what I mean? Like you might go, it might say you can't trespass here at a zoo, but you'll trespass and go see the the empty cages where the animals used to be at a zoo, stuff like little stuff like that,
Yeah. No, I can see that. I definitely see like as we grow and get older, we should stay young at heart.
I mean, older
But
the toy industry is running rapid because people over 30 are still buying toys.
yeah,
We still buy toys, you know what I'm saying, because we want to hang on to our childhood, and now we can afford them instead of asking our parents. You know what I'm saying? Because we all got jobs now and stuff. So
yeah.
it's like
But why do you
that
think
part.
people want to hang on to their childhood and like not mature and not grow or
I don't think it's
like
about maturing
or
or
what is
growing.
it? Yeah, what is it about? Like, I don't
I think
know.
it's about. I think like I was watching a Star Wars documentary. I think it's on Netflix, something where they're saying how like lawyers were buying Millennium Falcon Kenner toys because as a kid they were never able to get that. You know what I mean? So they spent an extra few $100s to get that Millennium Falcon that came out in 1987 or whatever 90, which is there's like 5 versions now, but because they could finally afford it. It's not like we're going to like pew pew pew. We're not playing with them. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they're on display now as a kind of a reminder of how first we're fans of Marvel and Star Wars, but then the other side is like we could finally afford these things. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
we're not going to play with them, but it's I remember there's a commercial from I think from Hot Toys where like a guy wakes up, he's drinking his coffee, and he's like looking forward, and his like collection is all gone. And he's like, "Where's my collection?" And he turns around outside, and his kid is playing with his sideshow collection of toys in the sandbox in the front yard. He's like, "No," you know what I'm saying? Because those toys
Yeah,
cost a lot of money. They're not toys; they're figures.
right, right.
So, yeah, yeah, we're making the
Yeah, I guess you
it's
you
more
know,
open now too because look at Comic-Con. Look how many people who are 20 and up in cosplay. You know what I'm saying? You have like one of the actors got into a Mandalorian episode because he would always play cosplay at the Comic-Cons, and he's an actor in a TV show. I think it's like Kim's Convenience Store or something, an Asian cat, and he's like in his 60s
mhm,
still doing cosplay, of Star Wars because he's just a fan. Like it don't stop. You know what I mean?
right. Well, because like to some people, like I would say it's like to myself, like not being in that world and not understanding it so much, like to me it seems like childish.
Okay.
But would that person be I mean, but I mean, they're adults. That's adults.
Mm-hmm.
That's maturity. It's not that people are immature.
He got kids, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, just from the outside looking into that world, it seems childish, but is it? I mean, is it just staying
But
young
why
or
would
is it
what do you mean childish though? Why would you call it childish? Because it's
just
like children toys?
yeah, like, if you think of toys, like growing up, like toys are for kids, like Toys R Us. But I don't
I
know.
mean, I remember there was a David Beckham was on an episode of something I forgot, and he likes Legos. You know what I mean? This is David Beckham, sexy soccer player from England with Victoria Beckham from Spice Girls, and she's like making fun of him,
Right. Like
but
it's
he's like building this tractor or
yeah,
something with Lego. He loves Legos. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And he's got three sons or 2 sons, whatever. He's
And he
got
probably
kids.
does it with them and
Yeah, and that's a good bonding moment too. There's another episode with the Star Wars doc where a guy, uh, a Star Wars fan, brought his kid to a cosplay, and the dad would always dress up, and he finally brought his son to come to one because he wanted to bond with them. And the son, these rebelling, he's a young kid, and then but the son actually liked Star Wars. He thought it was cool. They start wearing the trooper costumes together. Dad was crying. He was tearing up because like he's bonding with his son through Star Wars, and in
Right.
trooper uniform. You know what I'm saying? If that's childish, I don't know. Childish sounds kind of
Yeah, maybe that's not the word. Yeah, it seems like it's kind of like negative.
Yeah, it sounds. I
You
would
know what I
say
mean?
I
But
wouldn't. I wouldn't say that. I would just say it's just having fun, man. Like why is there a limit to what we buy and what we do and what we
right.
wear, and what we're
Or
fans of?
labeled or being labeled just because it's like toys are generally for children.
Mhm.
But a lot of adults do play with toys
And now there's
or
figures that
PlayStation or video games. You know
thank
what I
you.
mean?
Thank you. And now
Like,
there's even toys that say not toys, not for kids. These are not toys. And they're figures.
and they're
You know what I'm saying?
collector items.
Yeah. So I mean, again, we're not pewing and inviting, your homeboy to
It's
come over so you guys can play.
yeah,
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
it's like a collector's thing
It's a
at that
collector's
point.
thing. It's a collector's thing. And like for me personally, like even with like Jordans, like I never had Jordans as a kid, but now I got like 4 pair. With the toys too, and even with the new series like of Star Wars, I'm a Star Wars fan. The Black series is a perfect, um, I guess, toy or figure to collect because they remind me of my childhood and the continuation of the shows that keep coming. You know what I mean? I keep buying them. I buy every one that comes out because I'm just a
Right.
fan, and I'm not pew-pewing. I'm just
Right.
putting them up. I'm standing them, and they're moving. You know what I mean? I put them in
Yeah.
positions because I'm just a nerd.
Right. Pretty cool. Very cool. Very cool. What, like, I don't know, what makes us, I'm trying to figure out what I'm getting at here. Like, what makes us grown to you? Like, what do you think? Like, what have you experienced in your life to where you feel that, okay, I'm grown now?
I think the way you handle like situations and let's say like money, for instance, like
Financials.
like financials, like I
Okay, so
know
what's
I
an example? Go ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead. Sorry.
so like I know I won't be able to. I know I need a car or a bus pass more than I need this Star Wars figure, right? So I'm not going to buy the Star Wars figure. I need to keep my job. I need to, keep my insurance. I need to take care of my bills. So I need to buy this car or this bus pass to get to work or buy this bicycle. So that comes first. Like it depends. It's how you handle situations if you want to live independently, if you want to live a
Yeah.
certain way. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what, and then you have play money, then your play money is up to you. You can buy whatever you want.
Right.
Some
Yeah.
people buy Corvettes and put rims on their cars and put exhaust, make the cars, make the sound. And some people not waste, but spend all their money on Jordans and Yeezys and all that stuff. And some of us buy Star Wars Black Series and
Yeah.
He-Man's Master of the Universe.
Yeah. And I think people could spend their money on whatever they want to spend their money on
100%.
as long as they have as long as I guess their bills are paid and they don't owe people money.
But people don't do that. People get that credit
So
card.
I guess
they want that Gucci bag. They want the name brand, Balenciaga shoes and Kenzo sweaters and whatever. Like, people don't do that.
Like, I don't know. I just feel like currently in our world, a lot of people are immature in
Financially,
dealing.
they can, yeah. But I mean,
yeah, especially financially, I think a lot of people make poor decisions.
I think it's that, but there's that, and there's people. I remember my friend Damani told me he bought some expensive like Gucci belt, and Gucci belts are crazy. And he was like, man, I'm just, cause I was like, man, that costs a grip, don't it? He's like, yeah, but I want to spoil myself because I did so well at this job and I got a promotion. Something he said something, but I was thinking like, you know what? I agree with you because I don't agree with any of the like Louis Vuitton, all that,
all the labels,
expensive stuff. Like I think that's retarded. I stick to like Zara, H&M, Top Man. Like that's my area. But for him,
see, people who like
time,
but that's like collecting toys for people like that. I would say they like to collect labels or collect bags.
Right, but my stuff don't cost that much. You know what I'm saying? My stuff costs $20 to $50. because I could afford that. Even the stuff
Yeah.
over that.
Well, that's where, yeah.
But you know what? I agree with you, because I will say if something costs 100, I will probably save and get it. So for him, it was the same thing. So you're right. It is like the same thing.
And I feel like that's a very grown move, because if you save your money to get something, I feel like that's a grown move versus getting a credit card or getting a line of credit and then you don't have the means for it, but you go ahead and buy it.
Well, my thing with that, I would disagree with is, let's say like something comes out, because in my area of buying collector's items, there's always the chance of a company running out of that said item, right? You know what I'm saying? Let's say like it's like McFarlane comes out with the Batman, the 1 year Batman with the long cape, right? That sells out really fast, and that's probably $40, right? I can't get it because it's gone, right? But I can go on eBay or whatever, right? But then they're going to double it, so it's 80, now it's 100. So if I did have the chance to get it at 40, and I don't have 40, let's say I don't have 40, I use the credit card to get it now, so I won't have to pay for the 80 later to some asshole reseller.
Well, yeah, I can see that.
Then I could pay the credit off, build my credit, because I have a job. I will pay it. In fact, I'll just pay the whole thing off.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like that shows maturity, you know. But if you don't have a credit card, you go out to get a credit card to buy the Gucci belt.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
If you don't have a job or
yeah, you have no means to pay it off. Like, I feel like that's like kind of an immature move. And
if you know you're gonna pay it off, because I know some people who don't have ATMs, they just have a credit card because they know they're gonna pay the credit card off. They'll pay it. In fact, like if they buy something, let's say they did buy some Balenciagas or something, and some $400 runners, right? And they use a credit card, they'll pay it off in 4 months because they'll just pay 100 just to build up the credit. You know what I'm saying? And then you got other people who just pay the whole 400 to miss the APR, the interest, whatever. So they want to pay that part. It's just certain ways you can do it, but also building your credit. As long as you can pay that monthly, it shouldn't be an issue. You know
and like, I don't know. I'm just thinking about my experience, and like back in the day, I was terrible with
but
credit.
Back in the day, though, we all were.
Right. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't mature with my money. I wasn't a good steward of my money, and I would just get a gang of credit cards because that's what my friends were doing, getting a gang of credit cards. And, because I wanted all the clothes at Learner, or I wanted, whatever was hot at the time. And it put me in a tough financial situation. But now that, you're grown, or I feel that I'm grown and that I'm adulting and I got the education and I'm no longer ignorant to how, financials and credit works, then, it's like I make better decisions now with my finances.
Absolutely. You learn from that firsthand. Like
exactly.
You followed in like negative footsteps, but just to catch up with other people. You're young, you're in your 20s, you just want to be like everybody else. Your friends did the same thing too, probably through you and their friends too. So we're all not alone. You are not alone. And then after that, your credit's bad, but then you take 2, 3, 5 years to build that credit back up, and now you're back where you are. That's my story too. Like, I had credit collectors calling me. I remember I was in my job in a parking lot. They called me, and I'm trying to like work with them so I could pay it off, and you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, but
like, and we don't learn. Nobody teaches you life or how to transform into an adult. Like you said, I really do think our experiences shape us into maturity, but a lot of us, we just kind of stay stuck in in a state of immaturity, or like, you hear a lot of people say, oh, well, they still act high school, and like they haven't grown. And I don't know, and even with like our government, I feel like they're very immature and they don't handle things very maturely, like it's just, I don't know, like there's a lot of different areas I think people need to grow in, I guess. Just some experiences I've had these last couple years. I don't know. I just want people to understand like what areas they need to grow in.
I think I think the younger generation now, like I don't know what millennials, not maybe not millennials, but millennials, Generation Z and whatever comes after that, or is it after or before? And and they have the tools now to actually be financially educated. There's so many places on Instagram. The Breakfast Club always has financial people on there giving game. A lot of people out there their same age or who did or doing well are passing that information on to them. So the advantage now that we didn't have is the internet, with especially YouTube, all these financial people with YouTube channels giving everybody game.
Yeah.
Now maybe not the Bitcoin stuff and the stock game. Like I probably wouldn't listen to so many people about that because there's too many,
Opinions.
scammers.
Yeah. There's a
Just
lot of,
not even that,
and
just scammers, man.
yeah,
It just sucks.
and it's
But
emerging and it's not solid yet. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So, but like, even, in high school or after, like there, besides college, there is education out there. And even if you're in your 40s and you have a few, some play money to play with, and you don't have, you bought everything or you're not into anything, you just want to invest, I would encourage them to, go down a rabbit hole of finding a financial advisor or going on YouTube and finding something, because there's a whole bunch of channels on there, especially if you're Black. A lot of us are teaching us how to spend and save and what to invest with our monies. And it's never too late. Don't say even if you're 50, 60, it don't matter. Like, take that money out of the savings or leave some in savings and put it in investing. That Roth, that IRA, that 401k, like do all of that. You know what I'm saying? And they will show you how. And your banks will too. Credit unions, everybody's not out there to take your money. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to, everybody should have, at least $1 million after, for retirement. At least I do, I think. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, that would be the mature adult thing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's just what this is really.
I'm just saying it's never too late, because I meet a lot of people who are over 40 or in their 40s who don't have any of that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's not too late.
Yeah, like right now, your 40s is prime time to start maybe also thinking about the future and and how you use your finances and your investments and all that. But
especially in your 40s, because now
because if you don't start in your 20s, if you started in your 20s, which I should have did, you wouldn't have to like save so aggressively or invest so aggressively for retirement or for the future. And I think that's very adult and mature, is to think about the future. Like we have to, like a lot of the times.
Yeah, there was a delay. You paused.
Did you? Oh, I know. I was like something, but like, no, we need to think about the future. Like, I think that's an adult thing as well, to like get our mind right. Like how not many of us even thought about like, oh, what would it be like in our 40s? Like we didn't plan out anything up until our 40s. It was always planned out to like 25. But now that I'm 40, like I feel like I see the like everything that the kids, like everything that the kids need to do or to know how to do to like even be successful in this life. And there's no classes, there's no courses really to teach you like how to maneuver as an adult or how to take care of yourself or how to, I don't know, just to live life, live life. I mean, with YouTube University, it does help. And it, if whatever you're looking into, you can get online and like research. Like there's no excuse for not knowing how to do something. in
or follow
today's
channels.
age.
Yeah, even I mean, you got the roommates, you got a Fresh and Fit. Besides their talking about with the woman part, they do talk about finances. You can look at Kevin Samuels. You can look at mediocre takes and reviews. There's other channels that I forgot uh, that cater to your culture. If you're into that, you know what I mean. Uh,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
Yahoo Finance. You know,
yeah.
there's the Bloomberg has their channel.
Hmm.
There's no reason you cannot find some advisory channel to follow.
Yeah.
I say that because it depends on the individual, right? Like
Mhm.
I predominantly follow black ones and other ones. You know what I mean? Anyone that has is that talks to me. You know what I'm saying? And um,
Or even reading books, like getting into books
sure, but I
too.
can't. I have a learning deficiency, so I can't read books.
Oh,
But
really? I didn't know that.
I'm more audio. But so
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
can't. I will not
Or
focus on
listen, yeah, ebooks or whatever.
ebook, audio
So
books. Yeah, all that stuff.
yeah, but like and I also feel that that is a mature thing to do, an adult thing to do, to seek those things.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of us, I won't say a lot of us, but I know people in the world kind of just floating through life and try to figure things out as they go, you know?
Hey, some people don't want.
But
It's just too much. Takes too much brain capacity to even think about that. I mean, that's fine, but you know, when it comes down to like taking care of your parents when they get sick or something,
right. Like there's
or you
like
want to
who's
buy
gonna
a
take care of
house,
you, or who's gonna take care of
or
you
like yeah, or you
when
when
you're
you
older?
yeah, exactly.
Like I feel like being mature, you have to start looking at the bigger picture of like where life is really going. Like you can't just keep going to the clubs at I'm talking about people our age, you know what I mean? Like we gotta, I mean, it's fine to go. It's fine to go,
I'm about to say, come
but
on now.
no, it's fine to go, but to go all the time and you have you know, you're falling short in other areas in your life,
Right. Yeah.
or you know, like if you have goals to get this or achieve that, but you're out partying or you're out kicking it, and like that's not gonna get you to where you want to be.
It depends on where they want to be though. Some people don't care about
Right.
stocks and bonds and Bitcoin and investing. You know what I mean? Some people just want to work and live and drink and be merry and laugh and have fun with their friends because their friends still live in the same neighborhood. You know, they don't care about none of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like some people have different goals, you know, and that's, I think, where like, you know, like you just said, like people have different goals and want different things, but people who want to live a mature adult life, there are some things you have to have in place, I feel, to achieve that.
Look, some people are born just to die, and some people are live to die.
Yeah, but if you want to be ambitious and if you
Yeah,
want to achieve things, then, you know, I think there's a lot of areas that we need to mature in, like health, you know, like learning, like when you're young, you can eat whatever you want to eat. You could drink whatever you want to drink. You can smoke, you can do all that, and you won't have any repercussions. You know what I mean? Like, I
well,
mean, I
for
remember
like
one
20
time,
years, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
until you start getting around our age and you start hearing about people that are having heart attacks, you know, you hear people having cancer at such young ages.
Or you get that dad bod and you're not a dad.
Right. And it's all because of, you know, choices that we made in our younger life.
Catch up
And
to you.
yeah, it catches up to you. Like I do not care. Like when you get our age, you have to start making adjustments to your choices. And if you don't, it's I mean, but some people YOLO. Some people aren't trying to maybe live a long 80-year life. They're just trying to live for the moment. And I mean, I don't know. Like, is that mature? Is that an adulting thing? I don't know. I don't know.
I know,
My
yeah. Is it adulting if you don't want to save? I mean, mature.
You know what I
Immature,
mean?
if it is it immature if you don't want to say, if you're not thinking about the future when you're in your 40s and 50s? I think so. I think so.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
like I said, like you said, it all comes down to your goals and like what you want.
I also think it comes down to like your job too. Like if you're still not still, but if you're like 40 or 50 and you're working fries at McDonald's or something and you're not retired, you know what I mean? Because I know a lot of people,
Yeah.
a lot of old people retire and they work at McDonald's or Walmart. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, you're going through the process and you never got a career, you just work blue collar jobs here and there, temp jobs and McDonald's, fast food jobs and stuff. You're probably not thinking about saving. You're living paycheck to paycheck your whole life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how do you talk to
Yeah.
that person? You know what I'm saying? Because they have no room for advance. They have time to go to school. It's that. I mean, there's
Yeah,
a
they
lot
gotta
of people like that. Like, what do you say to? How do you get those people out of that slump? You can't
I
tell them to go to
say
school. They're like 40, 50, 60 years old.
I say, how are you going to live?
They're not gonna go back to school.
Yeah, no, they're not. I mean, they might, but I don't even know if school's really the answer versus like getting experience or just pursuing a passion and starting a business,
Yeah, some people
you know?
like I don't want to start a business. I hate working with other people. I don't want no employees. I don't want to
Yeah,
do it. No pay, no
right.
QuickBooks or none of that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah, but some people, once they make that income, you just got to learn to make more income. But people like also in those situations, I would say to them like, who's gonna, where are you gonna live when you're 80? Like, who's gonna take care of you? Do you have kids? Like, who's gonna wipe your ass when you can't because you're sick? Like, I don't know. We just need to
Social
start.
Security.
Yeah, but they're saying by the time we're of age, there's not going to be any Social Security. You know what I mean? So if you don't have retirement plans and you don't have, you didn't hit the lottery, like who is going to take care of you when you're older? And you don't have kids, and say you do have kids, hopefully those kids want to take care of you and have money to put you in a home because these homes are expensive, you
No,
know.
I'd rather move my mom with me, or dad or whatever,
Yeah, like but you, that's a dependent at that point, so you have to have money as well. So I don't know, I just think I don't want to get too deep into that, but I just want people to think like we got to start making choices for our future as well. I feel like that's like a mature thing, adult thing to do. um Another topic that I think that might be showing that you are growing from a child into an adult is being organized,
Mm-hmm.
like having organization in your life. And I think that's a good thing to have, to be organized. No? No?
I'll agree with that because I remember one of my friends, as soon as he left the house at like 19 or 20, he went buck wild. Like you would go to his apartment and there's like trash and unmade bed and clothes everywhere on the floor. It was insane. Like I didn't even want to like go to the bathroom to pee, let alone boo boo,
Mm,
because there's pee on the toilet seat. I mean, this guy was crazy, but we're in our 20s. There's no parent saying, "Hey, pick up your stuff," and yada yada. Now he's like free, and
yeah.
like almost all my friends went buck wild crazy. Now, 30 to 40, new apartment, everything's like got pictures on the wall, bed made, got 5 pillows because he loves pillows. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Paintings, Xbox over here, flat screen TV, plants in the house. You know what I'm saying? You got a
Hmm.
small house. I mean,
Yeah, like,
it's beautiful. So
yeah.
all that comes with growing maturity. Also, women help too as well because they're you want to when women come. I would say when I live with this guy, it wasn't a pigsty, but it was okay. But when women came, oh man, or girls came, we cleaned that house up fast. You know what I'm
So it's
saying?
like,
Because we were trying to make an
men,
impression.
yeah, like men know what to do, or anybody knows what to do when they're trying to impress somebody. So they kind of like step their bars up, and they're like, "Oh, I'm an adult. Let me
You
be."
know, like even with your parents, like you live with your parents, like your parents would be like, "Oh, I have a guest coming over, so make sure your house is clean.
Your
Make sure
house.
you're clean. Clean up your stuff. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Like when girls come over, fix your face, clean this up, clean up your mess in the
Yeah.
kitchen.
Well, so some of that part, I think people learn from like their
Absolutely.
parents or experience.
Even if
Then
you had like roommates, like you look at the roommates and maybe you're messy and really, really messy.
and they got
And
on you.
not just that, not that though. You're
Oh,
like, uh, dishes piled up in the kitchen, toothbrushes left without putting them in the cabinet or whatever. And you're like that too. And you have a roommate, you're looking at him like, damn, am I like this? I need to change. So you start cleaning up your mess. You start cleaning up the dishes. You don't care who did them last time or whatever. You just want to clean them up because you don't want it to look like that, or you're tired of it looking like that. You're tired of asking your roommates, "Yo, can you clean this up?" No, just clean it up. And then you take that, you get your own apartment. When you get older or get more money or whatever, you move out. You take all that you learned from your parents, from your roommates who through osmosis and through watching and through observation, saying you don't want to live like that. Take that, move by yourself, meet a girl or guy, y'all come together.
yeah, get it.
You guys have your own like little ways of cleaning and hygiene or whatever, and you build up on that. You learn. Hopefully, you learn every time you deal with people. You know
Right. Yeah. No, I think a lot of people. I don't know. I just hope more people are self-reflecting and or learning, or just like you said, learning from experience. Because we're in some different times right now, for sure. Another topic that I think shows maturity is like in the area of integrity and like not lying. Like we're grown. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're a child, you might do little white lies or you might lie to get out of this or get out of that. But I think as an adult or when you're mature, you should stop lying. But I don't know if I don't know. I just feel like that is a mature thing to do.
I think sometimes you can still tell a white lie to
Not hurt somebody.
not hurt somebody's feelings. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like if I like work people at work who aren't your friends or just associates and you want to keep it cool, if somebody asks you like an intimate question or something, you're just like, yeah, sure. To be on their side or whatever. Or, you know what I mean? Do I look fat in this? No, I'm like, you're cool. It's all good. Don't worry about that. Keep moving. But in your mind, like, this bitch is big. Like she
Stop
don't
it.
need to be wearing that kind of, but you don't want to make waves. Like why make waves? You know what I'm saying? Like just tell a little fib and then walk on.
Yeah, but
I think with friends you should be honest, like because they can take it or should take it. If they can't, then that's down them. But that's what friends are for.
But I think when you're authentic, when you're like being authentic, it's helpful to people.
You could be authentically lying,
but that's not gonna
authentic and then lie to you.
I don't know.
That's me.
I guess
authentic. That's my way. That's me. My authentic way is to keep
you from being sad.
Calm.
Yeah, but that enables people to not grow. To not grow.
Me or them?
That person. Yeah.
That's not on me, that's on them.
For you not telling the truth to them, like who's gonna tell them?
That ain't got nothing to do with me though. I think everybody should be on a self mission.
People should be what? It cut out.
On the self mission. They should worry about themselves. Then worry about other people. You know what I'm saying? Because some people might not be able to listen to that information. You know what I'm saying? Some people aren't ready to hear that they're overweight. Some people are not ready to hear that they need to eat more. You know what I mean? And work on their health.
Yeah. No, I hear you. But I personally would want to know, like, from a
Yeah,
friend.
that's you though. But you
So
already
most
know. But
people,
you would already know that. That's the thing too. Like we're not telling them what they don't already know. It's you know what I'm saying. If you're asking me a question, you're my friend, and you're asking me a question. You know I'm authentic and I'm honest. That's how Bishop is. You gonna get it. So some
right?
people might I mean not even ask me because they don't
But
want to hear it. So they
but I
because they
think
already know
if
the
like
answer.
for the way you would approach me or whatever, like and you telling me the truth, it would make me better. It would make
Well, I
me,
would tell you the truth, Stacy, because you're my friend.
yeah.
The other part. I don't like the people at work. Most of them, I don't know them that well, so I'm not gonna, and I have to work with them, so I'm not
So
gonna
if
make.
somebody walked up to you at work and they
Oh,
were
here we
like,
go.
somebody walked up to you at work and was like, "Does my hair look okay? Like, do you like this new color?" What you would just
And
be like,
I don't like it.
yeah,
I'll say it's cool.
right. But you wouldn't be like, "Oh, you look hecka good,"
Yeah,
or something
no,
like, yeah, yeah. No,
I don't do
I
that
can see
anyway.
how that would be good. Yeah, yeah. Or okay, I feel like guys or girls, whoever, people who cheat on each other. Like, why wouldn't you, like, if you're cheating, why wouldn't you just tell the truth?
Because we don't want to lose that person, right? We want to have our cake and eat it too. We messed up on eating another piece of cake.
But
So,
that's not maturity though, to me. That's not,
well,
I
then
don't
a
think,
million people are immature because a lot of people
mm,
cheat.
right. Yeah.
So
Or just
yes, that's
lying
not
to
mature.
people, like lying to people. Like, I feel like lying to people is not a sign of maturity.
I think it depends, but on the majority side, I agree. I think it depends on the situation. I think if a lie saves the situation and saves lives and or keeps the water calm, then I don't see a problem with it. If you're lying to lie and be evil,
Yeah.
then that's the problem. You know what I'm saying?
So maybe people just won't ever grow in that area.
People want
Like,
to keep their marriages, but they just messed up. You know, like but everything comes to light eventually, right?
yes, it does.
So I
Yes, it
mean, it
does.
just depends. I mean, and I know I know somebody now who's in a marriage and hasn't told her husband about her uh uh
Her side thing.
not know her medical problem. And
Hmm.
she's been with him for 10 years and they got kids. He
Hmm.
doesn't know
So
about that part of her.
they're just waiting, or she's just waiting on a good time to tell him. Like, she's
I
just
don't
not
know,
prepared to
Stace,
tell him.
10 years, dude. There's
Oh, she hasn't told him in 10 years.
I mean, it's been a long time. So it's like, when do you tell the person about your medical condition?
Oh, it's too late. Like, you at a point, you betrayed me if it's, I don't know. Like,
But it might be too late to where like you already got me. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, if you tell me you got AIDS, I mean, I'm already here. 10 years, we're
I
10
already
years
got it
deep
too. Yeah,
with a
exactly.
kid, or he don't got it, and you know,
Yeah.
so it's like you got me. So it's like now would probably be a good time to tell me.
Right. Yeah,
So
exactly. Like, I don't know. I will always forever see lying at this big age of 40, in the 40s, as immaturity,
yeah, but
period.
that's how you were raised, and that's how your life experiences brought you to this. Mine brought me to mine.
Yeah, people are sensitive, I guess, to the truth. You do have to tell people diet truth because, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, the times that I have told people the truth, it doesn't usually go over too well.
And then you have to risk losing those people. You know what I'm saying? And then those people
Yeah,
have to
but it's the
be,
truth. Like,
but
people
those people
need
have
the
to be mature
truth.
to take it. Yes, they have to be mature enough to take the truth. And some
Exactly.
people are not. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
And that leads me to my next thought, is accountability. I think
Mm,
I think being accountable shows maturity,
I agree.
you know?
Totally, 100%.
Like if you do something, just own up to it. Say you did
Absolutely.
it. But that would be that's still kind of tied in with people who lie though. Like a lot of people lie. A lot of people don't fess up to what they do.
Right.
And I think I feel that's immature.
But the more mature thing would be to take accountability for your actions.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
So that
like,
is the mature.
Say you're found out. Like say you were cheating, you're found out. Then like tell them. Don't gaslight them. At that point.
but for a man like me, I wouldn't cheat. But if that happened,
they have you on video. You're on video cheating, kissing on some other girl.
Is she kissing on me or am I kissing on her?
Oh my goodness. No, you guys are kissing.
Oh, if I'm returning a kiss, then yes. Okay, then I would confess.
So then what? Yeah, what would you do at that point? Like you're on video.
I don't even care if I'm on video. Even if I wasn't, I would tell her. I would tell her anyway. I wouldn't lie about that stuff.
So would you have told whoever that was in your 20s, or would you tell those, versus now? Like would you be accountable when you're younger? So that's maturity. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out like what is considered mature and what's immature in this, in this day and age.
I think it depends on the individual and your opinion, but at the same time, there is a universal law, right? Like cheating is immature.
Or like, what's the standard? Like, who's making up this standard of right and wrong?
I don't think there's no standard. I think it's just individualism, and then overall, like a whole majority rule of what's immature, right?
Oh, majority rule. So what most people are doing, that's what goes.
Like if you're a grown-ass man and you're going nah, 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 like that's kind of that act right there is immature, right?
Mm-hmm.
You acting like a woman or a man, I guess, popping tires and breaking windows because they're jealous or because of something emotional that the other person had no help over, like having a boyfriend and not liking you over this other person. You doing a violent act, that's immature. Any act of violence, like for revenge, is immature.
I would have to agree with that. I agree with that.
So that's like a universal
but there's a lot of people who resort to violence as the first thing, to resolve whatever. People do that. And they're okay with it, and they don't see it as an immaturity. They see it as what is necessary. But I don't know.
They don't see that as immature, or they just don't say that?
Yeah,
they're not gonna. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I'm immature."
A lot of people in prison will probably, with the time they had, they'll probably say, "Yeah, I acted immaturely. I shot that guy in the face out of impulse, or because he didn't give me my $5. Now I'm in jail for 10 years for assault."
Right.
You know
that one split decision.
I don't know anybody who got out of jail who did something like that didn't say that their actions were careless and immature. I haven't heard one. You know what I'm saying? So you live and learn.
Yeah.
And you grow, and you hopefully you don't repeat those same mistakes.
Right.
Or even if you don't get caught and you do that stuff, you probably feel regret for those violent acts still, because you grew and you matured. You know what I'm saying? But people hurt people, and there is no age limit to those actions. There's 40-year women still slashing tires, still spying on their man. You know what I'm saying? Guys still stalking women, and they're 40 and 50, 60 years old, stalking women.
Yeah, that sounds like that's borderline like mental illness too, though. You know what I mean? Like certain things you can't always just chop it up to immaturity. Like it has to be a chemical imbalance, or like an emotional imbalance, something.
Immature is an emotion.
Yeah. Okay. And another thing, I think minding your own business is a very mature thing to do in 2022.
Okay,
You know
so
what I mean?
so if you see somebody getting robbed in front of you, and you walk away, that's mature?
No, 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 no. That's
What are
that's
we
not
talking about?
that's not mature.
What are we talking about?
That's crazy. That's not being a good Samaritan.
Like an old lady getting beat down in front of you, you just walk
Yeah,
away.
yeah, no, no,
That's
no, no,
mature? You're
no, no, no.
mature?
I mean, like people should mind their business, like not like with gossipy situations. Like people should just stay out the way. Like if it doesn't involve you in somebody's life, then you shouldn't involve yourself.
If we're talking personal around the way gossip, I would
Yeah,
agree. If we're talking celebrity YouTube channel, create, TMZ stuff, I would disagree.
yeah. No, that's a good depiction or a good difference there for sure. Yeah. Because I
Because
mean, it's public, it's in the public domain,
yeah,
and people talk about it. It's something to talk about. But
yeah,
I,
everybody
I
has
just,
opinions like assholes.
yeah. But I feel like in your own personal lives, like you shouldn't get involved. Even if people bring their mess to you, you should listen, you know. But I think being a mature thing is to just mind your business.
I think you can listen and have an opinion about it. But at the
If
end of
they
the day,
ask, if they ask,
what they're telling you, why are they telling you then?
some people are just telling you to vent.
Well, yeah,
You know
that's
what I
true.
mean? Some people might just need to like talk. And I think that's a mature thing to do, is to just listen sometimes. You know what I mean? Like you don't always have to
Well,
give
I
your
always give them
input
choice,
unless you have a
like
relationship with them
yeah, I give them the choice like
like that.
Morpheus. I like, do you want me to respond or you just want me to listen?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
But
think that's a good thing.
people who are like that have empty lives. So it's either they're watching the Real Housewives of, Little
And
Rock,
they're
Arkansas,
learning. Yeah. It's
or
like,
or they're going around the way waiting for that call, or looking in that window, looking at their neighbor, have two or three girls come in the same time when he's married, and then go tell you and be like, yo, you won't believe what my neighbor, because they have empty lives.
yeah. And
That's
just
the real
petty.
part of it.
Yeah. And just petty and just immature. Like, don't have hobbies or something. Like, I don't know. I just
Some
think that
people
it's,
don't have nothing to do. They work, they go home,
yeah.
and they do nothing
Yeah. And they get in other people's business.
because they have nothing. Or they get on TV and they watch TV and gain weight, and it's just like that's their lives. And they have nothing, you know. So all they have is gossip. Now, is that immature?
Yeah.
Is it immature
Absolutely.
to have like 9 to 5, pay all your bills, your kids are cool, they're out of the house, you do nothing but watch TV, maybe have a little, what do you call it, treadmill that you walk on while you're on the
Yeah.
phone.
No, that sounds like they're minding their business.
You know what I mean? What that
You know what I mean? That sounds like a good deal right there. I think there's
sounds
nothing wrong.
boring.
I mean, it is, but if you're not an ambitious person, that's fine.
It's fine, right?
You could do that if you
So
want
how
to
do
do
you
that.
spice that person's life? But this person don't want to move, don't want to get out the house, don't want to do nothing. Just wants to hang out with their friends or doing the same thing. What are they gonna do? They're gonna gossip. Did you watch this last night? Or did you see what's his name just got out of jail from around the way? Go on Facebook with all the people you went to high school with. He fat now. She's skinny now. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people,
Yeah.
they
No,
love that
no,
shit.
seriously, like people like in this day and age, your other people's lives are their entertainment because they
Yes.
don't have anything else to do.
Yes.
And I just think that's very immature.
Mm,
It is, period.
why is it just conversation? Why is it immature? Why isn't it just conversation fodder? You know what I mean?
How does it benefit your life? How does it make you better? How does it make anybody in that situation better? if you're just like being negative and like talking mess about them,
Why is it negative?
and they don't even know, what's going on in your life. That's the other key to it. You know what I mean? Like, and how about they don't even know you?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you gonna talk about somebody you don't even know? You don't know nothing about them.
Because they can. Anybody can. Everybody can. Everybody has an opinion on something, whether they have all the information or not, and they're just going off an assumption. How many people? But
that's immature. Yeah, I feel like that's immature though. If we're talking about maturity and being a grown person, I think involving yourself in other people's matters that doesn't even concern you, and if you don't even know about it, like why are you involved? Like what?
Like you said, they called and they just want to talk to somebody about it, and then but you had an opinion about it.
Right. Well, that's kind of a different situation too. But I think that if somebody called me to vent,
mm-hmm.
I would listen, and if they want a response, I would give them a response. Exactly. I would tell them, I would try to help them feel better. I would try to help them get out of that situation, or whatever they're looking for. But I'm not gonna, if it's a problem, I'm not gonna like fan the flames and make it worse.
Right.
Like I'm just gonna be solution oriented. I guess that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's,
And I think that's the mature way to handle things, and I think everybody should be that way.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think if you're fueling the fire to a bad situation and not trying to step it out, then that's the immature way, because you're being any way that's negative and turns to violence or name calling or demeaning is immature and negative.
Yeah, I think name calling is extremely immature and slightly off. Like, I feel like you slightly off if you're a grown person and you're like calling people, "Hey, you little fatso."
Well, that's where therapy comes in. That's what people
or making threats to people.
People have they're grasping at straws. They have nothing else to throw at you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, like it's immature, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure shit out in this day and age.
A lot of immature people on Twitter, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody got an opinion. Everybody's talking shit.
Oh, like the trolls, like trolling and.
Oh, that's totally immature.
Yeah.
Just to to get a rise out of you. Like how many times have I heard where you talk shit about? My favorite one was a John Mayer one. Some girl was talking, because I guess he used to date Taylor Swift, and Taylor Swift wrote a song about him, and a fan said something about John Mayer, and John Mayer responded, and that person said, "Oh, I didn't mean it," because they're not expecting that person to see it. It's like all this shit, don't know John Mayer. Then he responds, it's like, well, but that's what trolls do, right? They want to get a rise out of the celebrity. That's why I hate that the news media are now like taking Twitter comments and using them to add on to their news episodes. It's not helping.
Mm-hmm.
Now anybody can write something and they can pick it. Oh, somebody picked my tweet. Mm-hmm. Not everybody got an opinion. Everybody's a journalist. Everybody's a YouTube channel personality. Like, because the news fueled that fire.
Right. Yeah. No, I hear you.
How many people got an opinion about the Kim and Kanye thing, and now Kanye and First Pete and the new song with Game? Like, everybody got an opinion. Now all these news people are taking tweets and saying, "Oh, yeah, killed it," or "Yay, leave her alone," or
and then the cool part about it is we don't even know what really is going on at all. Like the speculation. Yeah, people are just speculating off of and wasting energy on stuff they don't even know anything about.
I can't tell you how many times, like, I have one friend who just swears like she knows everything about the industry, and I'm like, but you don't know him. Did he tell you that? No, I just know. I'm just like, it drives me crazy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I just know because I know people like that.
Like, unless you know people who know them directly, like one person away, then okay, you probably know. But if you get your information from the shade room, you don't know. You don't know what's going on.
or Jason Lee. No, he
Yeah,
might know.
any of
Jason
those
Lee might know.
blogs.
But yeah,
Yeah, he'll be closer. He's kind of, to me, I feel like he's like a Wendy Williams. He's on the inside, but
he knows how to stir the pot.
yeah,
But he has.
exactly.
But the funny thing about him is he has friends in the industry who will tell him what's in the pot. You
Right.
know what I mean? So
Yeah. But even then, that's like kind of, you never know. Um, One thing I think that shows maturity also is being a good friend.
how?
Like, just, I think
Like
when you're
what are you talking about?
younger, you don't know how to, I mean, the idea of a friend is just like, oh, we're going here together. We're friends. We're gonna get together and we're gonna go to downtown Sacramento and we're just gonna have fun. But that's like, there's so much more. Once you get older, I feel like there's more to what a friend is. Like, you can't just be bare minimum at this age if you want to be considered a friend. There's plenty of associates and plenty of people, but I think when you get our age, you friendships, you got to do a little bit more to be considered a friend in this day and age. And by being a good friend, I think that is being there for someone, supporting that person, checking in on that person, um, just acting like they're your friend, like the true definition of a friend. That shows maturity to me.
When I was in elementary school, let's go down memory lane.
Right?
So when I was in elementary school, my teacher gave the class a question of what makes makes you a real friend, and what do you want out of a friend. So that same week, you have teacher parent conference days and stuff, and they talked to my parents, and then they came back out, and they were giving me props, and they were proud of me, and I was like, why? And they were like, well, I'm proud of them because they had that assignment about friends, and your teacher was saying how everybody was like, friends are cool to have so you can play outside and to kick a ball with or throw a football. I said someone who you can trust, have fun with,
Confiding.
love, and all this like mature stuff in
Wow.
elementary school.
Right. You were well
And
ahead
I
of your
still
time.
have that.
Oh,
And it still carries weight with me because I still feel that way. You know what I mean? And that's why I've lost a lot of friends who are now associates. And that's why a lot of associates upgraded to friends, because I don't use that word lightly, especially with me. I mean, Stace, like I'm kind of a hard shell to get into, but once you get into me, it's like an M&M, you know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever, like a s'mores, like gooey on the inside. You know what I'm saying? It's I mean, for me, it's a lot because I don't
yeah.
trust
Let
that.
people in. Yeah.
Not a lot. And
Mhm.
I think everybody should be that way. And I have a lot of associates, but
Right.
I don't call them with my problems. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't call
Yeah.
them with, personal stuff. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
might do that to me because they might feel a certain way, or they're just like kind of, sometimes you meet people who just give you their life story the first day you meet them, right? I'm not that kind of a person.
Yeah. Me
Those
neither.
people need therapy. That's why they're doing it, because they need therapy.
Yeah.
But I think everybody should be vetted. I think tests are okay as long as they're not extreme. And I think people should be very cautious of who they meet. Now, at our age, it's harder because we are busy. People have kids, people have jobs, careers, and it's hard. It's going to get harder and harder to meet new people. So
Yeah.
people our age, you might find a associate faster. you guys might be friends or associates faster because you have things in common and you'll
Right.
just ride off of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I wouldn't invest a lot of time into an associate. I think that's kind of the pivotal point
Well, you
that
wouldn't
makes
do it on
somebody a
purpose,
friend. That makes somebody a
right?
friend.
But you wouldn't do it on purpose. Like in my situation at my job, I only have one, two, three friends at my job full of 100, 200 people, right? Because they all took the time to get to know me, and and that earned my uh I guess
Trust. Yeah, like
not trust, but like my incentive to do the same thing with them,
mhm,
to actually care about what they care about. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah, you're investing that time into
But
them.
that's because we work together
Hmm.
and I see them all the time.
And you guys are like-minded, and you
Yes,
guys vibe. Out
right,
of the hundreds of people at your job, you
exactly.
vibe with these
Who are
people, and you're investing
50 who are
time.
associates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people, there's like, let's say you have I have 200 people at my job, right? 50 are associates who I can talk. I have one kid, we talk about shoes. Another guy, we talk about, espresso machines, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But we're not close. Those
Yeah.
three out of those 50,
That's a good point.
you know what I mean? Those
Like,
three, they've texted me this whole time. Like we text each other all the
oh,
time.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? So it's like those are my friends.
yeah. And I think it's maturity to know that certain friends are for different
Difference.
things,
Yeah.
because like when you're younger, you think, oh, that's my friend, they should do this, this, and this, and this. But no, it's not like that. You need friends for different areas in your life. And I
Yeah.
think learning how to allocate that is maturity.
Yeah. Even with the guy, let's say the guy I just talked about shoes about, that was a potential, right? But he got vetted. So through the months, days, years, whatever, he proved that he was only going to be here. Now we're
Hmm.
cool. Every time we meet or see
Yeah,
each other, we're like, "What's up?" You know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. How's your weekend? Yeah, yeah.
right. Let's
Associates,
brunch.
but but I got no text. I got nothing, and the vice versa. He got kids. He got family. He got he's doing his he has his own friends. He's not worried about me, and vice versa,
Yeah.
and
And I
that's
think,
okay.
yeah, and I think that's maturity too, to know that, people have lives, people have friends, other friends, people have family, kids that they have to tend to, the kids' activities they have to tend to. So I think that's maturity to know, like, don't take it personal,
Right. Because when we get
you
older,
know?
like time is essential. Time is limited. So it's like it's going to be harder. So we are
Hmm.
going to have more associates.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Because
And I think,
you don't have time to cultivate the
mm-mm,
friendship.
mm-mm. And knowing that is maturity, I think, you
And
know?
knowing that is job one. And knowing that is half the battle.
Right, exactly. Recognize. I was like, is it frozen? No, just kidding. Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. And one other thing I think that's really important is that, like, in friendships, to know how to see how can I explain this? Um, Knowing what's wrong with, like, trying to understand where they're coming from and what's wrong with them
What?
before just attacking them for
Oh,
like a disagreement, like seeing their side. Like, I think it's a mature thing to not just take things personally from someone else if they do something you don't like or appreciate. Like, understand where they're coming from. Like, take that time to find out why they feel that way. Like, I think that's super mature versus attacking them and popping off and getting mad and communication.
yeah.
Finding out what's like, why do they feel this way about you versus just going ham.
Um, I'm trying to think. Like, did I have that with these three new people? Like, have I? I haven't done specifically that. I do remember like talking to one of them, and I felt like I said something inappropriate, and I dwelled over the weekend. Then the Monday, I apologized for it, but he didn't even see anything wrong with it. It just that was with me. But 2 decades ago, I would have never done that. I would have just let it. I would have talked to them and be like, "Oh, that's just Bishop. That's what I'm just a rude nigga. That's just what I do. It's just
Mhm.
me. Beep beep. Blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
That's just Bishop." But
Right.
the older, mature Bishop apologized for something that wasn't even like a big issue. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's maturity right
But that's
there.
me respecting him though, because that's my guy. I respect him. I said something that I felt was kind of weird. Even with the other two, like sometimes I'll say something because I get too comfortable and I'm like, oh shit. And I was like, I apologize. And they say it like that. And they were still mad, but we cool. So, it'll pass
Mhm.
over. But as long as I apologize, and to me, I'm clear. Either you
Yeah,
accept it or you don't. And they usually do. But even if they didn't, it'll pass and we're still friends. Because that's
right.
what
Yeah,
friends do. We we
yeah,
get over things, we talk it out, like you said, communicate, and it may
yeah,
give me some time or give you some time to cool
yeah. Like,
cool off,
yeah,
and then we'll get back together.
yeah, like that's super mature of you because I'm thinking back on my life. I'm like, I haven't had any apologies from anyone
Oh, I was about to say, um,
ever. So I think that's super mature that you do that. Like that's very
did I do anything to you that you need apologies?
I don't know. See, but that's the other thing about me too that I feel is mature at this age is I let things go, Like
That
I
mature?
understand, huh?
You saying that's mature?
Yeah, I feel like
I think
instead
that's
of holding
passive.
no, instead of just holding grudges on to a situation,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
you know what I mean? Like if somebody wrongs you or does something out of pocket, like instead of holding a grudge, I just let it go. Like,
I remember you
and
snapped at me one time.
what time?
I mean, when we were downtown and we were on the train. What's his name was there with me, and you snapped on me.
He
I
was
remember that.
annoying. He was
But you
probably
snapped
annoyed.
on me though, son.
Well, because he was your friend, but I don't remember the situation. I don't remember the
You were
situation, but
mad
I
though.
probably
You were hella mad. We went to
what
Target.
happened. But I probably felt like, dude, why you bring him around here? He hella
No,
corny.
yeah,
That's
you hella
probably what
spazzed
happened.
on me, son. You
Wait, what
spazzed.
happened? I don't
I
remember
don't
you
know. I don't
guys.
remember. I said something, and you were like, you said something. You I don't know. You spazzed on me. It was.
Really? That's not even you.
It kind of hurt my heart, but
Shut up. I'm
I was
sorry.
being a man. I'll try. My boy went with too. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? That's okay.
Yeah, he must have got on my nerves. I think that's probably
And
what
you took it
happened.
out on me.
Probably.
I
He
don't even
was a
remember.
weirdo. Wasn't he a weirdo? Like now that I'm thinking about it,
Okay, we
he was.
bleeping that out, right? We bleeping.
Yeah, I'll
Okay, the
bleep that
name
part
out.
up.
Okay,
Yeah,
but yes, absolutely.
he was right. Okay, yeah. So I was probably pissed at you for that, but I don't even remember the
I
situation.
don't remember what you said either. I just know it like how my heart felt.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry if I because that's not even like me to just
It
like
wasn't. It wasn't. That's the.
yeah,
I think
that's
that
not like
was.
me to pop off
It's
unless
not.
I'm really mad
It's not.
or irritated to the max.
It was very. I was very surprised.
Yeah, I
But
think it
that's
was
what makes us friends because I've seen different sides of you. So
yeah,
as
and that's maturity
as bad as it was at the time, it makes me feel closer to you because that's a side I have
because we
seen,
made it through that. We made it
and we
through
made it
that.
through that. Yeah. So
Like
yeah.
that's a mature thing is giving people time to like process to know that it's not a personal situation. It could be other factors like
Okay. Here's another one.
oh, is this something I did?
I'm glad we do it. Okay. When we went to the Shafiq and Jay Davy show,
Right.
and I want. Listen, guys, I got old, and let me tell you why I was mad at myself too, because I came for Shafiq. I
Mm,
could not make it. It was standing room only, I was jumping up and down because I was with Innocent Pac did drugs. That song blew up the place, and then J Davy came on, blew up the place. I had to go home, y'all. It was too early.
What venue was it though? I'm
At
trying
the one
to.
on La Brea, that little small theater.
The Lyric Theater. Oh yeah, I was pissed. I'm sure. That was a dope show.
And I said, I need to go home, and I was gonna take the Uber, but you took me home because you were like, "No, I'll take you," and I was like, "No."
Yeah, because I wasn't gonna let you leave. I don't know. I kind of remember this situation.
So were you mad at me?
That part I don't remember, but I thought you were like acting weird, like being an asshole for some reason. I didn't understand why you wanted to leave, I think. But who knows? We were probably drinking in the high, and
No,
I don't know.
My body was hurting. Like they didn't have any shit. They had one or two. I don't know if anybody's been in a Lyric Theater, but it's like a theater. It's a small theater. There's only chairs are in the front because like a little small lobby. Those chairs were taken. I just needed to sit down, and there was nowhere to sit. So my body
wanted to leave.
My body was
See,
aching. I wanted to go in the car and sleep.
Oh, see, I didn't think I knew the gravity of the situation. I just thought you were being a weirdo and wanted to leave, and I was like, why?
Yeah, no, because I came for Shafiq because Shafiq was the headliner.
Yeah.
And I came for him. But what a show! Like Anderson, J Davy.
Yeah, no,
Shafiq.
that was I kind of do remember that.
I couldn't hang. I was so pissed off myself. But
yeah, well, I'm sorry for not being in that present moment with you and understanding what happened. But like I said, like I don't remember it, but I think we could have both been intoxicated.
I was intoxicated. I was hurting.
But what do you mean hurting?
My body was aching. Was hurting because I had to sit down. I think this was times when my back was.
Oh, did you have some boots on or something?
I'm probably, I'm trying to look taller all the time.
I don't know, bro. I can't even. And see, that's the thing. That's the thing, you guys. I think we're understanding from this is in that moment, things go crazy, go haywire, but give it time because you won't even remember what actually happened. And we could have missed. If we would have.
Go ahead.
Like if we would have cut our relationship off at that point, we wouldn't have this podcast. We wouldn't have had so many other great things come out of our friendship if we didn't, if we would have just blown up and cut things off. But and like I said, don't even know what happened. I can't even speak to that because I don't even know what happened. I don't remember. But it affected you, so you probably remember more than I do.
Right. Yeah.
And also being out there in LA at that time, I was on the go.
Plus, I'm
focused.
disappointed. I'm disappointed that you're disappointed because I knew you was mad because you was driving hella fast.
Yeah.
He was in. I forgot he was in the Stang or something.
The Monte Carlo, the supercharged super sport.
Like, and I was like, damn, it didn't say nothing to me through the whole ride. John Mel, and I was thinking she's probably gonna go back to the show, which I wish you
That's
did.
That's immature as fuck, though. No, I've done that to a couple people because I was like, I'm not gonna let you just Uber home, but I'm gonna get you home safely.
Which is cool, but I would have did that because you wanted to see the rest of the show. Like that's the part that kind of.
I know. Why didn't I just stay? Maybe I don't know. Like that's weird. Yeah, I don't know. We'll never figure it out. But that was immature of me. That was immature of me to smash that fast on the freeway, but I was pissed. I had to be pissed because that's the only time I'd be like, well, no, I always drive fast, but extra fast. But we got there safely. It was all good. I'm a rider. But I wanted you up out the car for whatever reason. And I don't know what the reason was. I really don't. Well, I promise you.
The reason was because I wanted to go home early.
And I didn't understand why you wanted to go home, probably.
That and you didn't.
But then why didn't we communicate that to each other either?
I probably did.
Or it was loud in there. Who knows? Who knows? I
remember at one point I was like, at least let me sleep in the car. Because because at that time I had like back
And I was
issues,
probably like, it
heavy.
was probably loud in there. I'm like, why you want to sleep in the car? Like I probably
Exactly.
wasn't.
That's exactly what you said. That's
Yeah, I was
exactly
like,
what you said.
I
That's
wasn't.
weird.
I probably wasn't listening. It was loud in there. I was probably faded. I
Okay.
don't know. I probably thought you were being Bishop because there were times where you were kind of like a little asshole for whatever reason.
Oh, 100%. That's what I do. Blah, 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 blah. That's what I do.
So I just thought
Uncle
you
Rick.
were in that. I thought you were in that moment, and so, but I didn't want to be a bad friend and just put you in the Uber. Like I thought that was crazy, but I was pissed. Yeah, that's probably what happened. But we're all good, y'all. We good. Me and Bishop are extra good.
I don't know. That's right.
I was like,
I didn't get
oh,
my apology.
I didn't apologize. You didn't hear me apologize. You
Oh,
can
you
hear
did?
when
What'd you say?
I
Oh, okay.
said,
Okay.
I said,
I
I
got it on tape.
apologize.
Got it on tape.
Yeah, it was I apologize for driving 100 miles an hour.
And I apologize for being an asshole for all the times that you thought I was being an asshole. Can you say this? Can you say that I've matured since those times?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Especially you moving out here, like I've seen you like grow so like business, your business acumen like went 10 times high, and your aggressiveness to get to your networking skills. Oh my God, ridiculous. Like I was just like shocked, you know what I'm saying, at the stuff you did. So yep.
Yeah, man. Good times, and they will continue once I come outside. Everybody, this is an announcement. I'm coming outside February 2022.
It's the date. She's
Exactly.
coming outside. The sun's gonna shine, getting that vitamin D.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I'm outside. I'm done. 2 years in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can keep that. But so yeah, I don't know. I just think we all need to focus on growth and maturity.
At your speed.
Yeah.
Think about your future. Be smart about it. Adulting is all about growing up and learning, and it's never too late.
Yeah, just learning we should stay in a constant state of seeking, a constant state of learning in different areas of life. There's so much to life. Like if you're bored and you're in doing all this and other people's business
and stuff,
like you really should probably look into some hobbies or
and here's some visiting old people, volunteering at the soup kitchen, learning a new hobby like cooking, knitting, learn agriculture. You can always go back to school and learn something. We are all into something. I remember I took an astronomy class in college and didn't think it was going to be cool. Man, that was I got an A in that class, and I didn't. Now I'm all into astronomy. So
no, I feel that. I took a plant species class, and I just love it. I love looking at trees and identifying what they are. Like, oh, that's
learn to draw, learn to make coffee cake, like do something that keeps your body going. Hike, bicycles.
Yes, all that.
Just do something outside, work with kids, you know what I'm saying? Like do something instead of staying at home, getting fat, wasting away, gossiping about stuff that don't affect you
at all. It doesn't get you any money. It doesn't give you any joy. It doesn't give you any peace. Like, I don't know. We just got to be mature. You got to be mature.
When we talk about money, I'm not talking about getting, being Elon Musk or Bezos or anything. I'm talking living comfortably,
living responsibly,
spending responsibly, treating yourself here and there, you know what I'm saying, and buying things within your means and that you don't really need. Because I'll tell you, I mean, you might like Gucci, Rick Owens, or whatever, but like that shit won't make your life any better. It won't. You know what I'm saying? I remember I bought my first Rick Owen runner shoes. I never wore them. $200-$300 shoes, just chilling.
Yeah, well, but see, you're a collector, but yeah, I hear you. That is a little different.
I am a collector.
Yeah. So you get a pass.
I would post that. Well, okay. Thank you.
Oh damn! What happened?
I don't know. I had an accident.
Okay. No, one thing I forgot to mention that I think is important to maturity is, which is in the line of like hobbies and stuff, is like either knowing your purpose, or wanting to find out like what your purpose is or what your passions are, and like pursuing those things. That's, hobbies, passions, all that. Like we all were put here for a reason. And I think it's good. Maturity is knowing that you are here for a reason,
And a good way to cultivate any of those would be join a meetup group, meetup.org, and therapy. I think a lot of people can be artists. People can be writers. What it was. Get into
like,
that. Cultivate it. See what can happen. I'm not saying you're going to be the next, fucking Quentin Tarantino or whatever writers are out there, but
do things to make yourself feel good.
Something. Yeah, learning the craft is never too late. You could be 50 years old and going back to school to learn how to write.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And one last one, and then I'm done for real, is knowing that friends grow apart and to be okay with it.
That's okay. I can't tell you how many squads I had during my life. I had like 5 different squads.
Yeah.
Like 5 different groups of young men.
Yeah.
And like we are all still cool, like, but we're not on like everyday basis.
Yeah. And that's maturity, to know that like, people grow apart. Like, it's not personal. It's nothing you did or that person did. You guys just grew apart.
It's a relationship, and relationships grow apart.
Yeah. So nobody's better or worse or, on a different level or anything like that. It's just people literally grow apart. And
there's some
people it's still all love.
Better. Some people are doing more better, but
yeah,
what can you do?
Yeah, just know that it's all love, and send those people like off, like there's no beef, like it's all love. Just do you. And
and once in a while send a text, and or whatever, DM or Facebook, what I'm saying, instant message, like
or just see them on social media and see their posts scroll by and don't say
I
nothing.
usually say something maybe once a year or once or twice a year, just to say what's up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
no, I'm being goofy. I was being petty. I was being immature. I'm still a work in progress. So that's the thing. We're all still a work in progress.
I got one friend who I don't do that. I do the same thing too. Like, I'm not, he don't say hi to me. Well, I don't say hi to him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. And it's good. That's another thing. Boundaries. It's okay. You guys probably need those boundaries, because they're not going to possibly enhance your life. You're not going to enhance their life in any way. So just love people from a distance. That is very mature. That's a mature thing to do. Wish them well. And that's it.
And that's it.
We didn't say anything about sex. Is there anything? Is there a? I guess maybe
a mature way to have sex.
Yeah, a mature way to have sex is to please your partner. I think that would be a level from being a child to a mature adult, is knowing how to please your partner, and maybe not. I'll just say it. Having so much random casual sex. Is that bad? I think it's a mature thing to not be like a sex addict.
I think it's a mature thing to know your body and have as much sex as you want to. I think that's a mature thing, as long as you're responsible.
Yeah, but I feel like sex is such a distraction. Like, you're not focused. You're not focused. When you're booed up, you're not focused.
You can't be if your boo is helping you do other shit.
No, that's true. No, you're right about that. Yeah, that's the mature relationship.
Right, that's a relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're with somebody who, makes you better. You're a movement by yourself. What is it song? But
We're
we're a
what?
force when we're together. Fab song.
Oh,
I'm a movement by myself, but we're a force when we're together. I think that was him and Rihanna. It was a good one. It was a major hit, but commercial hit. But anyways, so
I think there is maturity in that because I would say like in my younger years, I'm just all about my nut because I'm selfish lover, and then like you get older and you like, man, what can I like? You get off on them getting off. You know what I'm saying? Then it turns into that, and then it turns into a game. But that's all of experience, and then it makes you a better lover once you get into like a serious relationship, like a monogamous relationship. So you have
right,
all that practice, you know what I'm saying, with all the others, and now you have a border, you have like a basis on what to do with your next person, and then you learn what they like and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know the anatomy of each other, human anatomy of each other. Now, where's your erogenous zone? Oh, it's behind the elbow, or it's your neck, it's your back of your neck, your nape of your neck, whatever, nape, lower back. Everybody's
mhm.
different because some people
All
might
of
be
them spots.
somebody might be ticklish and you want to go down on the feet, suck the toes, but she's like laughing and kicks you in the face. Now you know not to suck on the toe. You know what I'm saying? So
Ooh. The toes. Hey, I
so
keep my toes clean. It's all good. I can stay moisturized.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like you learn those things
Yeah.
along the way of your sexual experience dealing with different partners.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, you definitely like literally every aspect of life you can mature in. And we should focus on those things.
Yes, and get better at them.
Yep, as we grow. So I'm
So,
enjoying growing with you, Bishop.
well, you too, Stacey. I appreciate you very much.
I appreciate you too, my friend. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for listening.